All right, guys. So we do not do this. This is not our jam. We are timber framers that run a sawmill. But I had a buddy talk me into building them some box beams. Now we do a lot of burn treatment on our timbers. It's never on box beams before, and it's proving to be a pain in the ass. But it is a great way to make new timber look old. So this sample here looked just like this 10 by 10 a few days ago. And to accomplish this old look, we have torched it, brushed it, hit it with, you can do it with a hatchet, with chainsaw. I happen to use a sawzall to get these hatch effects. This side doesn't have any, but and then we do a mixture of a white and a gray wash over top of that. So as of right now, we've got these box beams built up, burnt, and about to bring them to life by getting them brushed out, cleaned up, and then whitewashed. So what she looks like right now, just kind of charred, pretty deeply charred, but with a box beam, normally we use our weed burner and we just torch the heck out of our timbers. We want that nice like alligator, deep char. But with box beams, the wood's only an inch thick, so we can't, you can't use a weed burner on it because it'll make the wood twist and all that kind of jazz, sucking all the moisture out of it real quick. So we had to do the whole thing with this little torch, and it sucked. But this is what she looks like right now, and I'm about to get her brushed up. Using a steel brush. And torching wood, why it makes it look so old is because it burns out, it kills all the soft cells, and so it makes the harder grains stand out. It becomes really dramatic. Yes, it is 10:30 at night. Gotta have these box beams done tomorrow, so my second night. Last night I was working, getting these built and distressed until 1 in the morning. Hit it pretty heavily with the wire brush, blow it off. Now I'm going through with kind of a medium firmness bristle brush. It just kind of softens it out. Sorry, compressor's about to kick on. Meow. Whew. Now it's time to whitewash, gray wash them. Probably about a third gray paint, a third white paint, and a third water. And it's real runny. I'm going to apply that on. Just let it sit very little, 5 minutes, maybe less, and then wipe it off. We're just looking for a grayish tone, all older beans as they age naturally, they've got kind of a grayish, whitish tone, which is what we're trying to accomplish. Just like that. I'll show you an actual aged piece of timber. Here's some of our timber samples. Another torched sample that we do, but this one is not as brushed out. So we've got a leaf joint here with some 1-inch oak dowels, leaf notch connection. So we torch this and we leave it. We like that alligator skin look, and then throw some stain over top of it. Looks pretty cool, but this here is an actual aged, grayed out. I don't know the species of this. Some type of hardwood. Look at how tight those grains are, those rings. You see this kind of whitish gray tone. This is what we're going for. Get her covered back up. She's too pretty to get dusty. You got some timber frames to sell. Ooh, better stock the fire too. Oh boy. You're working late and drinking beer, you can't get cold too. Gotta stay toasty. Let's throw a couple more little guys on there. We just added this wood stove in the shop a couple weeks ago, and my lord, is it awesome. Having a wood stove is the shit. Normally I pay, I don't know, $300-400 a month to heat up the shop with electricity. and it doesn't really work. Anytime somebody opens up the front door, there goes all my money and all our heat. But since we're timber framers and we run a sawmill, we've got all the free wood in the world to burn. So very nice having that stove in here now. Anyway, back to work. Start getting these guys whitewashed. Now, one thing, when you're whitewashing these, if you've distressed them like I have, with a hatchet or a chainsaw or whatever, these little crevices are going to suck that paint up and stay in there. So I'll apply it, I'll wipe it off, and then I've got to come through with my air nozzle and blow out that crevice so we don't get a bunch of clearly white streaks in the beam. I grab some towels. Please hold. I scare you. Suckers. Oh, it's a little bit too thick. I might add a little bit more water to this. I'm going to wipe this off quickly so I can adjust. I'm not trying to paint these beams, just trying to whitewash them. Oh, shit, that's white. Emergency. Some extra water. Thin her out. Come on, bud. Oh, fuck. You go live on YouTube and you start fucking shit up. No, we're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. Don't you guys get scared now. I did all the fucking work. Don't get scared now. You when bad shit happens. There's always a solution. You got to be a problem solver in life and definitely as a business owner. It's like my number one job. I had a lot of jobs, but being the top dog problem solver is my number one job. Okay. Okay. That looks better. I don't know if you can tell. Oh, damn. That looks still really white from the camera. But as you can see, in our hatchet marks and our distressing, that paint likes to stick in there. Plus, this is super rough sawn Doug fir. So, like I was saying, take our air blower, blow it out of those cracks. Compressor's about to kick on. Sorry, it's going to get loud. And then just wipe them off. Sorry, that looks fucking good. Still looks really white in the camera, but in real life, whatever. In real life, that looks pretty good, the sheen on it. Need to have my guys hook up. We've got a big boy. 80-gallon, I think, big boy compressor. But it runs off 220. And apparently my shop doesn't have 220. Or at least nowhere in this area, so gotta have them plumb it up for the right wiring so we can start running that thing. Right now we do all of our timber framing and cleaning up and shit with a little 5-gallon 3-horse pancake compressor, and so it kicks on all the time. You guys ever built any box beams? What am I doing wrong? What do you think, huh? We only ran 45, actually a 46 degree bevel joint. Locking miter is the best way to build box beams, but this is a one-off deal. I'm not building box beams every day, so I'm not going to go do a whole new setup. Like I said, we're timber framers who work with real beams. But I built this. So we ripped all of our boards at 46 degrees, not 45. Laid them long point down, long point up, and then used shipping tape. Taped them all together, all the seams together, and then picked it up and flipped it over, exposing the short point of the bevels. Filled that full of glue, folded it up into a U shape, and then you can start pin nailing, clamping. We've got some trim screws and stuff like that in it. Fortunately, this is going 25 feet up in the air, so and they want a distressed beam, so we're able to kind of fuck up a little bit, and hide it. But I'm gonna add a little bit more water to this. Perfect. Sure, you can come along. Let's see, what do I got? 27% battery, so you guys can hang out a little bit longer. That scared me, how white that was. I don't know why. I know I can just add more water to it, but it scared me when that beam got all white because I've got like 20 hours of work into these beams, and this is the final thing. They've been built, glued, screwed, burnt, brushed, all the crap. This is the final thing to whitewash them, so if I fucked up now, that would suck multiple peepees. I started with about a third gray paint, third white paint. Man, our kitchen looks like shit. And a third water, but that was coming out still too thick, too much like paint. So I just added probably about 25% more water and see how that does. It really doesn't matter too much because, like you just saw, I can spray on some extra water. Spray on some extra water and just wipe it off. But it's just adding more work. The more paint you have. You kids sit tight. Right here. Bring you a little closer. There you go. It's so weird how it looks so much whiter through the camera. You guys ever built any box beams? You ever do any wood shit? Start talking. Put it in the comments. Talk some shit. Tell me how stupid, handsome I am. We'll fill this up with water. Y'all hang tight. Now the other good way to age beams is the rusting system, where you take steel wool. I'll grab it. Take steel wool. Oh, come here, baby. Take steel wool, some really fine, I don't know what you call it, really fine steel wool, like some 0000. Distill it in vinegar and let that sit, and the vinegar will rust out the steel wool. You then filter out the big chunks of this shit and just apply this to your wood, and that you're basically adding a layer of rust to your wood and ages it out as well. But I'm telling you, you have to still burn it and brush it. That's what gives it these big layers and this depth to the wood. So no matter what you're doing, if you're aging it, get yourself a torch it out, steel brush it like I just did. I've had this sitting for a couple days. It should be kind of brown by now. I'm a little surprised by that. I think I normally use apple cider vinegar. I can't remember. This time we used distilled white vinegar, so I don't know. Anyway, we're not doing that on this one. Cut up some of my best flannels. All right, let's keep rocking and rolling. What are you kids up to today, huh? Did you build anything? Hope so. I build shit every day. It's fucking good for you. God, that's still like paint. Whatever. And I have built shit every day. Well, unless when I was in my 20s, had some drug and jail days. But other than that, I've built something every day for most of my life. I'm very fortunate. I mean, it's been a lot of hard work, but I'm very fortunate that my company's starting to take off. We've got a badass sawmill out there, and we're starting to get fairly known for timber framing. Will you shut the hell up? Oh, I don't need that open anymore. Look at that. Now we can have this place to ourselves and be romantic. You slap the paint on there, and you wet her down, and you wipe her off. It ain't real technical, kids. Get out there and build something. Sure. Just keep squirting her down. Keep pulling her out. Why not? Any of you guys entrepreneurs? Easy. Own any businesses? Tell me about it. What are you doing? Making popsicles for your neighbors? Huh? You run a delicious fruit stand? We actually have two businesses. My wife wanted to have a mobile bar. It was a cool idea. We bought this. Oh, nice. Always got to have some pocket peanuts. And we bought this really cool 1964 Chevy flatbed, and we were going to turn it into a mobile bar, do wedding venues and shit like that. But I kind of talked her out of it because it's a lot of work. Like what we do now, timber framing, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and it takes highly skilled people to do it. And that's what I was looking forward to not having in the second business, was having to have skilled labor and yada yada. And when you run a mobile bar, you've got to have skilled labor, and you're worried about over serving people and all that crap. So we decided our second business is mobile restrooms, not the gay plastic ones you see, but the nice shiny ones. Maybe you've seen them at weddings. God, have you guys just been looking at my nipples the whole time? They're basically enclosed trailers that are built out to nice, like a nice RV bathroom. You got nice countertops. You walk in and there's a radio playing. It's got air conditioning. It's got heating, all that jazz. It's pretty dope. Decided to go that route because it fits a lot of different formats. You can do weddings and music events and stuff like that. But also if Target or Costco's bathroom has a bursted pipe and they need a decent restroom for their customers and their employees, they don't want to have some plastic shitter like what's on a construction site. They'll call us, and these things rent out for about $1,000 a week. So we bought one. Now that Trump's president, it seems like the economy's on its way up. We're gonna buy a second one. It ain't fucking cheap, man. I think we're close to 50 grand on our first trailer, but it's something that I can drop off. Zero skilled labor. I can drop off and I can come right back here and hop on the sawmill, or I can keep working. Literally just drop the trailer off, have a nice day, set it up, say your thank yous to the customer, and that's the end of it. Very passive way of making money, and I have never had a passive way of making money. I've always busted my ass for my money. I was looking forward to not having to do that for the second company. All right, that towel's done. I'm gonna need more towels. Whatever. And this ain't no little baby beam neither. This is 10 inches by 16 inches. That's a big boy. 25 feet long. But fortunately, the builder let me chop it up into two pieces, so it's two, 13-foot sections. He'll trim it up in the field. He asked me this morning, he's like, so what are you going to charge me to install these? And I was like, fuck you. I am not installing these. I told you I'd build them. I'm not climbing 20 feet in the air on a ladder to install these things. They're not all that heavy. They're like, I don't know, 70, 80 pounds, something like that. I'm not hiking my ass all the way to the top of a ladder with a couple of guys. I told him, look, dude, just get a scissor lift, set the thing on there, all the way up to the top. Bada bing, bada boom. He's like, no, I'm just going to do it off ladders. So I was like, okay, bud. Okay. Gonna get loud again. Sorry, folks. God, that's good water. I gotta blow all this paint out again. The seams. Damn it. What is nice about when the compressor pops on is I was tooting. I was tooting the whole time. You guys didn't even know it. Don't act don't don't act like you're better than me. Don't act like you're not tooting right now. Okay? I ain't too far away from the action. Come on with it then. Hang out down here. Come on, fucking tripod. Ooh. See, I was bullshitting with you guys. Easy. Just bullshitting with you guys. I let my paint sit too long. See, that's what I don't want. I don't want to see white. Ah, it's so weird. The camera, it's so much brighter. I don't want to see white checks all over the timber. Sure. Let's do the rest of this damn thing. Solid building. Solid. That's my business. Look it up. Read a fucking book. We are in Washington State. We are the fastest up and growing timber frame company in the Northwest. I just made that stat up, but I think it's true. We're coming along. We're getting some attention. You guys want to do the squirting this time? Here, just grab it right here and pull the trigger. Good. Good job. You gotta make yourself laugh when you're working by yourself at midnight, huh? If you don't laugh, you'll cry. Get over here, best friend. You guys are gonna think this is some kind of AA meeting. Oh, this guy drinks a lot of Coors Light. That's how you know your house is getting built right. People building your house are drinking Coors Light or something like that. They're showing up with like, I don't know. What's that green beer? Rolling Stone? Rolling Rock. And you know they don't know what the fuck they're doing. If they're drinking like Hefeweizen or an IPA, they're too fancy to be building houses. You need a nice white trash American watered down beer. And you know you can trust the contractor. I heard that. I think on the YouTube. There's a stand-up comedian, and his bit was, I walked by a house the other day getting built. I heard 37 swear words as I walked by. Now you know that's going to be a well-built house. If you're walking by a house and you hear, "Excuse me," there's some politeness, I'd be worried about those contractors. Seems like blue collar culture, blue collar work, it's making a big comeback. It's always, I've always been blue collar. It's just what I was drawn to. Don't know why. I could have made a lot more money doing other shit, but My cool Uncle Marv built houses when I was a kid, and he had a jacked up red Chevy. He built houses. Like, that's fucking dope. What do you do? Oh, I'm an accountant. An accountant makes money. Good ones. But I've always been a big fan of working with my hands. What was that? Oh. Big fan of working with my hands. Building shit. I like a good suck. Just like hunting. Buddy lad works for me too. He's like, oh, hunting's too much work. You gotta pack it out, hike all these hills. I'm like, yeah, dude, it's fucking awesome. I like that suck. I like that hardness of it. I mean, I'm not just trying to sit on a couch all day. I don't know. I like a good suck. Like jiu-jitsu. Like, you get in the sauna at 6 in the morning and it's 160 degrees. It fucking sucks. But when you get out, it feels really good. Good to put yourself in temporary, shitty situations. That's how you can find out what you're made of, what your mama made. This towel's done too. I think we're gonna have to do a blowout, boys. And girls, I don't know. Isn't that fun? I don't know. You guys are watching me. But I can't see you. You guys probably got your hands in your pants. Doing weird stuff. Which is fine. It's fine. We all do it. It's totally fine. I'll turn the compressor on in a second. Like, good. Your fucking mouth. I sure didn't cuss it a lot today. Maybe it's because I worked until 1 in the morning on these stupid beams, and now I'm doing it again. Beams are driving me to be an alcoholic. Didn't even tuck my daughter into bed tonight, and I always tuck her into bed. What are you gonna do? 39 years old. I'm just now setting up a retirement fund. And, I spent a couple of years in jail and a couple of years fucking off my life doing drugs. So, now it's time to push. Gotta support my family. So I gotta push. It's tough. Running a business, running 2 businesses. Having a 9-year-old daughter. Got some older kids too, but they don't live with me. I don't want to I will always work until I physically can't anymore. But I don't want to have to work past 55, which means I have 16 years to make my fortune, or at least to build up my businesses to a place where they're self-sustaining. That ain't a lot of time. I can tell you, I remember 16 years ago, was 23. And I feel like yesterday. 16 years goes by fast. Alright, we gotta get loud. Plug your ears, kids. Alright, well. That's that side of that beam. It's time for you kids to go. Shit, yeah, that looks pretty good. I don't think anybody's gonna cry about that. Like I said though, watch the run over. Like I said though, the toughest part about this is, you know, burning 1-inch material. It dries, it curls, and you know, some of the seams don't look perfect. So that sucks. I don't know what to do about it. We've glued it, clamped it, screwed it, like it's as good as it's gonna get. So hopefully it's good enough. Anyway, thanks for hanging around. It's been great getting to know you guys. Probably running low on battery, so maybe I'll see you kids. Good Lord. We'll see you kids tomorrow. We're gonna go live a little more often. We gotta go swap the track on our excavator, and the boys will be running the sawmill. So maybe you're good to see one of those things. Come follow us. Solid Building Corp. We do some cool stuff. Okay. Have a great night. Sleep with angels. Bye.